This is the Web Talk Show. I'm your host, Nico Gutjahr, and today we meet two of the stars of Apple's CODA. It's an Oscar nominee for Best Picture, Best Supporting Actor, and more. So we will meet the cast. I'm very happy to welcome Emilia Jones and Troy Kotsur. But at first, we'll take a look at the trailer.
Oh, sometimes I get a good feeling, yeah. Yeah.
You're the girl with the deaf family?
Yeah. I just want to tell you right now.
And you sing. Interesting.
CODA got a lot of nominations, for example, on the Golden Globes, Critics' Choice Award, the Oscars. I'm very happy to have two of the stars with me today. It's Emilia Jones and Troy Kotsur. Hi, you two. Nice to meet you. Greetings from Germany. How are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you so much for having us.
I'm so happy that you are here. Troy, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. I'm feeling great. I'm excited. Thank you for having us.
The excitement is all mine because it's very late, but you are the first deaf actor on my show, so thank you very much for being here.
Wonderful. Thank you for having me. It's a blessing to be a part of this time.
I'm sorry for being so late to the party.
Deaf Standard Time. So we'll be at your party all night long. Don't keep that in mind.
Very good. So, Emilia, there's one scene in the movie I'd like to talk with you about. It's you're singing a lot and you're singing awesome. That's the first thing needs to be said. And there's one scene you're singing all on your own on a sea. It's a very famous song. It's called Happy Birthday. And it's because you were a bit afraid to show your skills before. So I wanted to ask, how much time did you have on set on that beautiful lake to show your skills on Happy Birthday?
That's a brilliant question. No one's asked me that. I didn't have much time at all. It was the first day of shooting we shot that. It was the first scene of the day. So I was so nervous, and I'd been prepping for 9 months, doing singing lessons. And I was nervous because I was like, oh, what if I'm not good enough to get into Berkeley? Like, what if I don't have a voice that people are like, oh, it's pretty. And I remember they were like, okay, the first scene of CODA, the first scene we're shooting is you singing Happy Birthday. I was like, oh, it's the moment in the film where people think, oh, you've got a good voice. So I was really nervous, and all the singing was recorded live on set. So that was also nerve-wracking. But I sat on the rock and I sang it. And I remember one of the crew members came up to me and he was like, oh my gosh, your voice is beautiful. And I was like, oh, well, that's a good sign. At least that's one person, but it kind of gave me the confidence that I needed for the rest of the shoot. So
stay tuned to see if Troy would tell his younger self if he will get an Oscar nomination in 2022. You two are in such a beautiful movie, which is nominated for so many awards like Golden Globes, Critics' Choice, Oscars, just to name a few. So Troy, you are the hot thing at the moment. You got so many nominations, and really, it has to be. I don't know if you already saw your performance, but it's outstanding. So I got the feeling your telephone is ringing a lot at the moment, right?
My phone vibrates. And so it actually vibrates every few minutes. So really, it's extremely exciting. And I'm so grateful for all of the the committees who have recognized my work. And it's so wonderful to be able to celebrate with all of these talented artists. And it's a really rare opportunity to be able to break in this way. And it's an opportunity of a lifetime.
Indeed. In 1989, you had your first play. It's called In a Room Somewhere. If you can go back now to the Troy of that time, would you tell him that he would be Oscar nominated?
Well, after those first few productions, I became fully immersed. And so many friends would poke fun at me and say, where are your awards? And I actually felt like they were being so condescending because it was so hard, almost impossible for a deaf actor to have opportunities. And I felt so much pressure. And I was really pressured about what decisions I should make. And now everyone can shut up and let my work speak for itself. Because people are finally changing their perspective. And so, yes, I'm excited to shut them up.
Coming up next, will the two be in a possible sequel of CODA? Stay tuned.
There are plenty of pretty voices with nothing to say. Do you have something to say?
Emilia, do you had to learn sign language?
Yeah, I trained and learned American Sign Language for 9 months.
So this means you have to sing happy birthday now and forever and always say everything in sign language, right?
Yep, I'm still learning sign language. Honestly, I learned how to fish. I learned how to sing. I learned how to sign. These are all skills I'm going to use for the rest of, well, maybe I won't use the fishing, but I'll use these skills for the rest of my life. That's for sure.
If a movie is so successful like this is, what about you two being in the sequel of it? Are you ready for that or nah?
It would be funny. We were thinking about it. So maybe Frank Rossi has many grandchildren, and those grandchildren can run the fishing business and have even more fishing boats. You know, like a farmer that has 10 kids and they run the farm. So now I can have many grandchildren to help me grow my fishing business.
Emilia, you're two on board?
I mean, how could I even compete with that story? Yeah, it's beautiful. Loads of grandkids running your boat. Well, what's Frank doing? Well, what's Frank doing if everybody else is fishing?
We will see.
Sunbathing?
Frank's retired and goes to the bar and plays pool.
Yeah, Bradley.
Ruby can take over the business.
I'm down.
And Frank can retire, and she can give the dad money.
What I really, really liked was that they said the parents love them much. They have usually sex with another, because it's nowadays in movies like, no, if you're over the age of 30, you don't have sex, which is bullshit. That's why I love that these two parents, when they got the news that they never could have sex again, which, no spoilers, but funny scene, they learn, okay, we just have to do 2 weeks without sex. Both are like, no way, we can't. I was laughing so hard. It must have been fun to shoot that scene.
Oh, it was so funny. Troy.
Oh, yes. I improv'd a lot of different ways to sign the vulgarities, and I had to have control. You know, it was hard to stay in character, actually, because it was such a fun scene.
A master at improvisation. And that scene, you didn't even have to know sign language to know what Troy was saying. There were props involved and everything. I think you got a lighter out at one point.
Emilia, if everything works out, both of your film parents will be Oscar winners.
I mean, how cool is that?
That means you may be, apple fall from the tree not that far.
Oh, if only.
And Troy will tell us what he has in mind if he will receive the Oscar for Best Supporting Actor. Coming up next.
Be required to have a hearing individual on board at all times.
I can't stay with you for the rest of my life.
I've never done anything without my family before.
All that I need to get by.
Troy, is there a place at your home for your Oscar, if it will be?
That's such a good question.
I'm thinking about it. So I might need to build a new shelf, maybe a glass case with some lights, and maybe have an alarm hooked up to it, and maybe have barbed wire around it with lasers shining through it. And if someone gets close, the alarm will go off and my phone will vibrate and I can see who might be trying to take it.
Guys, you made such a beautiful movie. It was awesome to watch you. Fingers crossed, I guess, all over Germany that you win all the prizes you're nominated for. Hope to see you again. Thank you very much for being on the Web Talk Show. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Nico.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
To see CODA, you need to have Apple TV. And believe me, the movie is worth it. This was the Web Talk Show. My name is Nico Gutjahr. We see us every day for German episodes. Take care and bye-bye.